Yes, good morning. You're welcome to Bystanders at the newsstand. My name is Kolade Folari Kadesh Bruce. Today, 21st of May 2024, is an excellent morning here in Nigeria. We say, how do you do to all our esteemed viewers, audiences from across the world? We say thank you for always standing by us. This morning, we have all our newspapers ready. We have The Nation, we have Vanguard, we have Nigerian News Direct, we have Daily Independent, we have This Nigeria, we have New Telegraph, we have First News, we have Daily Trust, Daily Times, The Guardian newspaper, Business Day, and so many more. We may not be taking all the newspapers this morning, but we'll take like 5 and we'll start our review on it. I'd like to say a very big thank you to some of those that have been supporting Mr. Lucky Edunnobi Lagos for his house issues. I'd like to thank Mr. David Sunday Okafor, who extended a hand to Mr. Lucky yesterday. We're still expecting Mr. Lucky to arrive here at the newsstand this morning, and I'm sure that he will all Daily. Thank you very much. So this morning I'd like to start with the Nation newspapers. Today, 21st of May 2024. And that's starting with the Nation newspapers. Yes, there's a good news here, which says federal government releases conditions as student loan scheme begins. Student loan scheme begins. There's a sub-headline there which says youth in federal institution gets first opportunity. Portal opens on Friday. Yes, that's a good one from the federal government of Nigeria. Student loan scheme begins on Friday. I'll look at some other news headlines in the Nation newspaper this morning, and that says states will continue to get with 18 trillion naira customer deposits. That's in the Nation newspaper this morning. I'll quickly go to the Vanguard newspapers, which says POS anger frustration over high cost of cash withdrawals. Well, as operators gradually take over banks' ATM function, customers relate sad experiences in state. Bank sells cash to us, Delta POS operator says. De-escalate tensions in Rivers. Jonathan appealed to Wike. Accuses the FCC of aiding, abetting crime. You can get that in the Daily Independent newspapers this morning. Only federal institution students can access student loans now. That's according to the federal government. Labour meets to review 48,000 naira minimum wage proposal by federal government. Insists on 615,000 naira. Reverse of electricity tariff hike. Begins mobilization of affiliate groups for May 31 deadline. NAPTEP begins syllabus review of 14 trade subjects, decries inadequate teachers. Nnamdi Kanu blasts federal government. Prosecutor calls him terrorist. Loses bid for bail. Transfer from DSS custody. That's in the Daily Independent. Before I leave the Daily Independent, I'll look at sub-news here, which says, ensure justice, equity. Ensure justice, equity prevail at all times. CJN tells judges, magistrates. That's in the Daily Independent newspaper this morning. I'll go to the Guardian newspapers finally, which says, federal government in dilemma as inflation spikes meal budget to 540 billion naira. In the Guardian newspapers, there is an analysis which talks about the prices of food commodities, comparing it from 2023 to 2024. And here it says pepper was 5,500 naira in 2023, and in 2024 is now 22,000 naira. Spaghetti was 17,000 naira in 2023, and in 2024 it's now 28,000 naira. Yes, I will just use this opportunity to tell a lot of us that are married men that it is not that our wives are cheating us when they say that we should increase the money we give them to go to the market. We can see now, because the analysis is here, that a lot of goods, commodities have increased, some by 400%, some by 500%. So you, Ogawe, you they give Madam 5,000 naira to go cook ogbono soup before. You have to increase it to 15,000 naira now. Yes, thank you very much. That will be all for the newspaper headlines this morning. And I'd like to have my first reviewer for the day. Yes, Mr. Olajide. You're welcome to Bystanders at the newsstand this morning. It's been quite a while.
I've always been around. It's just that, my nature of business is sometimes may not be to be here early. I might not be here every time. I'm always out. If I get my business, where I am.
Okay.
Personally,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not being.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
being not much regular out the money hours. I'll be always available.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Student loans begins on Friday, and the federal government has said the portal is easy to use, and they will start with students in federal institutions. What can you say about that?
Well, it's a good development. The federal government is starting with, I mean, the starting is for students. No. University federal school students. It's not, there's nothing bad in it. At least let government start somewhere. Then from there, they will graduate another areas of other schools, maybe state schools, private liberal schools. As far as they are Nigerian, federal government knows, education is expensive. If they start from federal schools, there's nothing bad in that. Or we are interested in that the loan should be functional. It shouldn't be, the kind of deceitful engagement enterprise that Nigeria will apply for it, they will not be given. Our story will begin to emanate from different quarters of all the scheme all about what the scheme is about. As long as it will do something, no problem.
Yes, it is in record that there are about 1.2 million students in federal universities across the country. And the federal government has said that these loans will be disbursed directly to the institutions on a per-session basis. So that means if you apply for the loan for this session, next session, subsequent sessions, you have to reapply. Do you know why he said that? He said because a lot of all these students, sometimes they change universities, they change courses. Some people travel out. That's why you must always reapply per session.
You see, I wouldn't blame governments for instituting a checks and balance system to the whole scheme. Because decision from the output of it, through it and came out. We know what goes on on the campus. How some students will be on the campus, they'll be restricted, they didn't go to school, back to their house. You can see them on the campus. But you, their classmates, know that when they display the your results at the department, you will see name withdrawn, advice to withdraw, prosecuted, dismissed. You know that social person is no longer your student, is no longer your mate. You the guy who is the same department with him or her will know that. But when they see him going to the campus, they see him to be a student. Even the parents might not even know. Except the parents come to the school and make an government is saying that for you to be eligible to get that loan, you must be a private student of that school. And you are still on. The session is still on with you. You are still a you are still a student in that institution. So make sure that it's not just you don't have a ghost student who are not in the school, who don't belong to any school, but they are drawing from the loan. They are just using to while away their time. So as far as I'm concerned, that is not bad. It's a checks and balance to that government should do that. If like in Yanso is 2 semesters, first semester, second semester. If you pass the first semester, the results is displayed at your department. The results is displayed at your department. If you have carryover, you have carryover. And at the end of the session, whether you are moving to the next level. So the department is also we also know that you are a benevolent student of the school.
Okay, so now generally, do you think with this that the federal government has done, you will give Tinubu a pass mark?
Of course.
People are not hearing you.
Oh,
okay, let's
sorry.
come on.
Oh, sorry.
No, they are hearing you, but we need to hear you more.
Okay. See, I'm not a Tinubu fan. I didn't vote for him. I'm sorry to say so. I voted for Obi as a Yoruba, so he wouldn't force me for taking my decision. Yes, now. I'm bold enough to. I'm bold enough to. Yes.
So that we can go to other topics before.
So when you see anything good, celebrate it. Bible says rejoice with those who are rejoicing. rejoicing is a good thing. Nobody rejoices on bad thing. If you come up with a loan now for the student, it's a development that the Nigerian masses would celebrate you upon. Because I knew when I was a student, I knew how much it cost me, and I knew how much it costs now to higher institution. So the government is coming to assist, to subsidize or provide, a kind of support for the citizen, for the national, for higher education. It's a good development. Let's credit him. I don't fight. I don't.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. Kanu has been refused bail. He says he prefers to even be at Kuje prison than to continue to be in DSS custody. What's your take on that?
I didn't see, when I was listening to the news yesterday, I was wondering where the judge, Minister Nyako, when the news yesterday now, when the woman said this same application had been brought to me before, it is also now dismissing that now. Yes, that was the statement I was reading. I was wondering that even though you don't grant it, if you say you are not granted bail, you can remain in custody. The appropriate place to remain in custody is prison. It's not police, sir. It's not army.
It's not DSS
custody. If somebody who's undergoing a trial and has gone through court, one court will order your detention. He will take you from the hands of police and into the prison custody, the prison center, remand home. Whether you call remand home for adults, remand home I know it's for juvenile people. The appropriate place for him to remand there is police is prison yard, not DSS custody. So I don't understand why they just deny the guy. He denied me bail. But if you want to remand him in prison, why is trial continuous? It should be in prison yard. That's where the law says whoever has gone to court and court is decline his bail or until his bail permitted, where it should be in prison, not DSS custody. So that was remanded for that. But I don't understand why the justice system is denying him or being remanded at the appropriate place for him to be remanded. Why DSS? Was DSS designed for a place to be integrated? When it's integration, so the case of minimum of 1 day, not more than 1 day, until he was shot in court. But when he has appeared in the court, the appropriate place for him to be taken to, if he was remanded, should be in prison, not police, DSS, armed center, nothing. So that was right. So I was surprised when the judge said, this is the second time you are bringing this happening to me. I'm dismissing it again. You wonder where is justice system? Where's justice system? So Kanu was right to have demanded that remand me in prison custody where the one that to be remanded. Or put me in my house arrest.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's nice having you on the program. Yes, please, I just saw something here and the sound is not clear. Can we work on that quickly?
I already did it.
It's already done. Share the mic together. Pastor Matthew. Welcome to Yes, at the newsstand this morning. Yes. What's Alpha? Are we clear now? Okay, thank you. Sorry. Yes, has been denied. And he said so many things yesterday. What's your take on that?
I'm not saying someone should not think. But look at the way Nigeria is very wrong. You can see we have double standard. We call that federal government is continuity. We call that Sunday day was in Republic. And it was on the order of As soon as this government came on board, the government did what they did, though they did not tell the public. But you understand that we celebrate your release personally because that from the beginning I supported Sunday his quest to reach Southwest So one would have expected that call it political solution, you may not be wrong. That is what should have applied in the Kanu case. And I see no reason federal government should have appealed the judgment of Court of Appeal that ruled that federal government extraordinarily renditioned Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. I think for the first time, Nnamdi Kanu spoke personally where he said he was kidnapped from Kenya, where he equally made it abundantly clear that they came to kill him, that he survived. That's when where he was trying to prove that he didn't jump in. I think he went further to mention an international law that has to do with Section 2, Section 3M of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act that forbids you to try anyone, which is said to have been ratified in Nigeria anyway, that forbids you to try anyone having extraordinary rendition him from Kenya to Nigeria. I think that was the position of Court of Appeal. And beyond what is happening in the legal circle of that involving in Nnamdi Kanu, still look at Nigeria at large. Look at what is happening in Borno State currently. That is a situation where those state governments are giving amnesty to known terrorists, Boko Haram members, building resettlement homes for them. So for me, I think federal government should look into that matter and allow the guy to go. Then again, I think the stakeholders from the Southeast, when I mean stakeholders, I'm talking about the political class, traditional rulers.
I don't leave the
traditional rulers and regional leaders to synergize, come together, form a common front, and approve federal government. Recall that before the federal government under Muhammadu Buhari declared and prescribed IPOB, Southeastern governors already banned the activities of IPOB in the southeastern part of the country. So if they could come together to reach such fast reaching a decision and that's what federal government prescribed IPOB, I think they still have a lot they can do now. The release of Nnamdi Kanu, whether through political means, political solution, whether federal government drop the prosecution, what I know and what I understand is that it is federal government that is prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu. And if federal government today say we are dropping this case, I don't think it will arouse any public outcry against. I don't think any public outcry will arise against government decision. So for me, I think federal government should look into it and let us have peace in the Southeast.
Okay. Now let's look at the student loan scheme. It's starting. The federal government has done this, and students are going to start benefiting from Friday.
I have not been able to go through the nitty-gritty, the details, to know how and who will benefit, the modalities, because I know it must have some supporting documents. Because at least if our target is people who are disadvantaged, we should make sure that they are able to access the loan. I'm not criticizing now because I've not been able to go into the nitty-gritty to know the modality of accessing the loan. Until I do that, I may not be speaking from an informed position. But generally speaking, I think it's a welcome development, because if as an individual you find someone who is intelligent, who needed education, and perhaps finance is the impediment, and federal government is coming to fill that vacuum, I understand that maybe at the end of his academic cycle, the person may need to pay back. But the important thing is that knowledge or that person
is not wasted. At the end of the day, it will be benefit for the person's family, to the person, and to the society. So for me, I think it's a welcome development.
Okay, now let's look at what is it called? Kanu State Governor. He just gave out cars as gifts to lawmakers and in the tune of 2.7 billion naira. And these cars cost 68 million naira per utility vehicle for each person. Although they have said they will spread the payments, and I know those companies that are supplying the vehicles made it up to that amount because of the spreading. Maybe the cost of the car shouldn't have been more than like 40 million. Do you think the governor said this is gift?
What I would say is, I think the governor is learning very fast. He's a fast learner. He's a fast learner.
Why would you say that?
Remember that when this government came on board, I mean federal government.
I'm leaving the show.
They released.
Stay here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm monopolizing it.
Yeah, you are driving me out of
I'm
shot.
sorry about that. I don't have intention of monopolizing it. Okay. Remember that when this government came on board.
You're still coming back. Yeah. Let's share it like this. Let's fine.
Remember that when this government came on board, they released 70 billion, which at the time they said it was to enhance the working condition of House members. And they have changed the cards of both senators and House of Rep members. So if you see Kano State governor doing a similar thing, it means he's a fast learner. Unfortunately, this same group of leaders, whether I call them governors, you call them presidents, House of Assembly, Speaker, Senate President, National House of Rep Speaker, they are there for their pecuniary interests. They are not there for the interest of the generality of Nigerians. And until, as a people, we realize that it behoves on us to come together and challenge most of these obnoxious trends if we continue. Because if government is coming up with a policy, with an idea that seems antithetical to the welfare of Nigerians, I think it behoves on Nigerians to rise and say, no, we are not taking this. But I think we are still not ready. We are docile to a fault, if you ask me, until you see Nigerians, maybe perhaps when they wanted to release the money for the purchase of those vehicles in Kano State, the people say, no, address the welfare of the vulnerable. Use that money, channel that money into the welfare of the vulnerable. Don't forget that the Constitution of Nigeria say the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. I think Section 14 of that Constitution as amended.
Let's look at this angle. Now, a lot of people would have said, okay, Kano State is being run by NNPP, led by our former governor, the former governor of Kano State.
No, he's not. He's perhaps a leader, but you have a governor.
We have our governor. Do you think what he's doing is out of the ideology of the NNPP?
It's not about ideology of NNPP. If what he's doing is at the expense of welfare of the generation of people.
But this is not the first time. There are some lawmakers that are in third term, that are in second term in this House of Assembly, and they already have cars.
What I'm saying generally is, if what he's doing at the expense of the generation of the people in Kano State, to the extent that the money that you needed to use to cater for their welfare, you are turning to
what would you have thought the lawmakers will need 68 million naira?
I'm saying it's uncomfortable.
So now we are saying that, okay, if we had voted for Kwanto, we would have done better. Do you not think this is what?
All the club of politicians you have in Nigeria are not there for the interest of Nigeria. Now we are talking about our economy. We are talking about scarcity of forests. The same forest are using sending out of go and check punch cover page. You see 3 trillion already spent on a as a result of insecurity and insecurity. Though that flooding is not a major issue. I think that would the government channel much energy to address this issue of insecurity? I said it again. I said I think the person come from who said how much money he received 105,000 naira that he finished it under 2 days because he bought food items from Lagos here and sent to the village. So what I'm saying is that the crop of politicians to have leaders, they are there for their pecuniary interest and not for their welfare. This is it will continue. It's not a place to put pressure on. And no, I can't release that.
You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome to Bystanders. Stand now. This morning, Maz.
I'm fine. But my brother was very, very annoyed yesterday at the courts. He was telling them that the appeal court has freed him, even give them instruction to take him back to Nairobi Airport, Kenya, where they abducted him from. The first time Nnamdi Kanu has spoken on his abduction, he elaborately, made the whole world understand that no court in Nigeria is competent to try him. Once the appeal court has said that federal government of Nigeria have breached, they violated international law for abducting, kidnapping somebody from another country to Nigeria, they should take him back there. He said he don't know what Nigeria wants again. Outrightly, this man said that Nigeria is keeping him, what? In jail for nothing. That one is not even detention. Holding him captive.
Yes.
Do you know what it means? For someone to stay one place for 48 months, it's too bad. Why? Why must he be there? Send him to jail. Let us know that you have illegally jailed an Igbo man. But what I'm trying to tell the whole world that Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal is Igbo man's ordeal. We are the one going through what Nnamdi Kanu is going through now. Nnamdi Kanu, people of the man think that Nnamdi Kanu is just suffering. If I know about the capital oil CEO, he's thinking that Nnamdi Kanu is suffering on his own. Likewise, that Thursday. See, it is the whole Igbo man. All of us are there suffering. Listen and listen good. Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal is Anambra man's ordeal. Nnamdi Kanu's pain is Abia man's pain. Nnamdi Kanu pain is every Igbo man's pain. They should have released Nnamdi Kanu to go his own way. Why must he hold him there? Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime again. What do you mean by repentant Boko Haram? All the repentant Boko Haram are going free after killing maiming people in the north, east, southwest, southeast. They killed. Herdsmen has been killing and killing, wielding AK-47 and AK-49, and nobody's saying anything about it. Why holding this man for nothing?
Please speak to the microphone.
See, let me tell you. All I know, as Nnamdi Kanu has said, any court hearing again, any court invitation again in this country is null and void. And I don't want, let Nnamdi stop going there. Let us know that Nigeria is holding us ransom, which is as well asking us to come again for another program. And this one is going to be worse than Nigerian Biafra Civil War of 57 years ago. Yes, because Nnamdi Kanu is not wrong. Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything wrong. Any court, no court in Nigeria is competent enough to try him again. He has been set free by appeal courts.
He has been set free by the
But
appeal court.
court. What else do they want again? The gentleman was ranting and shouting yesterday that every court in Nigeria has no legality again. And if it happens, it is on basis of illegality. Because, see, you said that somebody is a terrorist. He was tried. He went to appeal court. Court themselves, they've said, they has no courage yesterday to be looking at Nnamdi Kanu right on the face. She was afraid of Nnamdi Kanu.
Can we before you? What are the
to ask for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? It seems all the other elders are just on their own, leaving Nnamdi Kanu to bear all these.
Do you expect Igbo elders to go and they hire AK-47 or import war into Igbo land?
What into Igbo land you discussed?
Do you want all the Igbo elders to go into military operation or parade or exercise? To go one-on-one military onslaught with Nigerian military? Okay, the elders, they have done everything virtually beyond and behind and within their reach to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu come out. Malami said he's not the one. Wari said is Ngige. Ngige said no, he's not the one. Tinubu is telling the whole world that he's Igbo. It's Igbos that are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Who is mounting there at the office of Asura? Is it not Tinubu? Who is Nigerian president? Is it not Tinubu? All this are men nonsense.
Why
Listen, Nigeria is the one holding Igbo. Tinubu is saying that it's Igbo. Why not leave that seat vacant for Igbo? Somebody is now a president. They are telling him this is what you do. He said no. Is this person what I do? Why did he rush to that seat? Why did he go there? Why did he see somebody's mandate? Now, it's pointing to
they are the ones holding
it is a lie. Why should I be a teacher in my class, an English teacher, and one of my pupils is failing English language? I would say it's because of this mathematics teacher. Okay, we are human beings. Igbo man is suffering in jail. It is Igbo man. It is Igbo man, not Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know what's happened there? Unless such a man or a woman is a stone doesn't have feeling. A stone is a non-living organism. If you listen to what Nnamdi Kanu was saying yesterday, you will know that all of us are there. It's not only Nnamdi Kanu that is suffering. Every Igbo man in America, in Asia, Australia, all over the globe, Igbo man, we are the one there. Okay, it's a change. See, I know one thing. That's why I tell you that you want them, you expect them to import arms and they engage Nigeria one-on-one again, as in 1957, in 1967 to 70. Okay, that is what they're asking for. No, that is what they're asking for. This time around, it's not Simon Ekpa. This guy has not committed crime. Take him back to where he is a change. Nigeria is a country that is loaded with change. A shameless country. Take him back because you are a kidnapping, you are an abduction country, a terrorist country. He's now tagging those courts. Nnamdi Kanu is tagging those courts, naming all of them terrorist courts. Because the man trial is based on illegality. Court has set him free. What are you calling him for? Nyako, the judge, could not face this guy on that debate, legal debate yesterday. Debate, argument. She's afraid now. Talk, make it here. He wanted many versions of our constitution that said that he is free and should be what? Let off the hook since. Back to Nairobi. If it is lie, Binta Nyako tell the whole world. Okay? He rubbished Nigerian lawyer, those defense counsel for this illegal administration. He put them on the edge now. Who them be? They don't get argument. A man who read law, international relationship.
Why are you removing? Somebody just talk about
Yes, let me remove it. What you do? See, let me tell you. They should leave Nnamdi Kanu alone. I am there with him. Emeka is there with him. All Igbos are there with him. Okay? We must have one-on-one confrontation before people leave him. That is where it is. We don't need to mince our word again. We don't need to. No, there must be there must be a problem.
What do you think the international...
Nigerian man want us again. They want me to check ourselves again.
What do you think the international community can do to help Kanu one cause?
They are not Kanu one cause. Nnamdi Kanu.
Nnamdi Kanu.
NK. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. the leader of indigenous people of Biafra,
What's the stand
of the United Nations.
Yes.
What America said is that the guy is being, they have seen it actually that the Tinubu administration is holding Nnamdi Kanu illegally, based on illegality. That the guy has outrightly been freed by the court. They are still holding him there. America said it. United Nations has given order again. They consulted with Malami. Malami, the previous AGF, he said no, he's not the one though. They meet with what's the name of this previous president, Muhammad Buhari. He said he's not the one though. They met with your president, your so-called president. He said no, Naibo people. Ogafu is Nigerian president. Naibo people to Nigerian president. Igbo man, Naibo man go carry Nnamdi Kanu come from Kenya. Okay? Nigeria is asking Igbo man for another war. Listen and come out, and provided they needed program, they must come. We are not afraid. That's why I'm removing my glass. I'm saying it to everybody. We are all there in the trail with him, and he must come out. We are not afraid of anybody. Okay? I don't cover my face as in let nobody come. You see, you can't see me. Nnamdi Kanu is illegally being detained. Come on, leave him.
Thank you very much, Mr. Masi. Why I raised the issue of these glasses was because somebody in the comment section said, Mr. Raf, why do you wear woman glasses? Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Kule. You're welcome to Bystanders this morning. Yes, what do you think the federal government has refused, the court has refused to grant Nnamdi Kanu bail?
They refused to grant Nnamdi. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Abdullah. Good morning, everybody there. I greet you. God bless you. Personal blessing. You see, why they cannot grant Nnamdi Kanu is part of the character that came. I believe
What kind of character?
no, I know you will keep engaging me now. I know
It's normal. It's normal. When you say part
but
of the character that came here,
when somebody is the kind of the DSS, I'm just so sorry with the platform here. I have to say this categorically. Why? Because they charged Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism. And that's the only case they said to. Nobody is supporting any government holding him ransom. They have to go through the due process. They are the lawyers. Maybe you disembark from the lawyers, or you leave them of their judge, and you started facing judge of Supreme Court, or is it appeal court, Yanko, facing him directly and engaging a judge, which your lawyer is supposed to do.
do you think he does not have a right to engage? He does not have the right to talk?
He has the right, but it has to come through his lawyer. The channel has to come through. You see, there are a lot of misgivings we give ourselves. There are a lot of crimes we create for ourselves. That is punishable.
Can we look at it from this angle? Boko Haram has killed so many people. Headsmen have killed so many people. Bandits are operating, killing, kidnapping, and some of these people have been given amnesty.
So we have to jump suit.
I am asking. I'm trying to explain something. Okay. What they did is it not act of terrorism?
Yeah, act of terrorism. But
And they have been given amnesty. So that's why some of these people are asking that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. At least he has gone through the process of court proceedings and he has been in DSS custody. Kanu said he would have preferred to be even put in Kuje prison than in DSS custody. So do you think the government is not one-sided, releasing bandits, Boko Haram and headsmen, and still holding Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu?
the government has to follow the law. If you see when they were looking for Ikobo, right? There was a court case against him, but his lawyer fell from the beginning till the end, and he won damages. One payment for damages on Igboho. Igboho has gone astray there. Igboho has escaped to Kutonu, in which Kutonu government generally has that okay, you did not come to me, and the lawyer was inside the country here, exchanging fire battle in court, you know, with the government, the government lawyers. You know, so what I'm saying in a nutshell, right? There are some statements that is even affecting, is making Nnamdi Kanu to remain in detention. From all these people, all these characters that come here and start, you see, what? Let the
You should talk about yours. You know, I
Let,
don't like
no, I have
to.
because we are in the same Nigeria and we are the same platform here.
You should
And
answer.
it's dangerous.
You should answer.
It's a risk to your,
our
it's a risk to your platform.
It's not a risk to our platform because whatever people say here does not have anything to do with Flip TV. It has to do with your own personal opinion.
But you always say that before you start here. You want to let them
what? I have told you several times, don't you come here. Don't talk about other people who are here. Giving their own. Why won't there be engagement? Because when you come here most times, Mr. Kole, I have said it several times. Talk about yourself. Talk about your opinion. Don't talk about the opinion of others.
Yeah, my opinion on others is any opinion that will be a
I have asked you a question. Instead of you to answer, don't talk about other people's opinion.
There must be some caution. That's what I'm telling you.
We caution everybody, but they have right to their opinion. Mr. Kole, that is why things are engage you more. Because you do not give your own opinion, you attack other
you need to get the things done right.
No. You cannot tell us.
Here we are now.
We tell you, we give you freedom. So, yes. Well, you can talk whatever you want, especially if it has to do with the news of the day.
The news of the day?
Yes,
And
now.
somebody will tell you it's a Biafra man. And here they will not say as if you are.
Are you going to continue to talk about what we are talking about? I have said, why is the government still holding Nnamdi Kanu? Yes. Why is the court still holding him? Nnamdi Kanu has said he prefers to be in Kuje prison than to continue to be in
Yes, if you have an allegation, if government has an allegation, will you be the one defending yourself? Will you be the one defending yourself? What's the role of the lawyer? At least it started with the lawyer. Let the lawyer go on the back on the court case, and from there the lawyer can win the case on him, and they'll set him free. But why is it that it's I don't know.
How many times the Nigerian government, the Nigerian court don't set him free? What is this? Where is this man going? How many times the Nigerian court don't set him free?
You have the lawyers there. It's the job of the lawyer for them to appear for their clients in court. And the other time, he appeared in court with the lawyer. And he raised his hand up that they should let him talk. Which was when that statement came out. If they release him, they will stop the sit at home. Within a day, he will stop the sit at home. I don't want to say, I can't stay here and be getting message that the government is fighting against, and I will be here in your platform here.
Not, if you see, you are making a great mistake. The great mistake is that we are not the ones doing this newspaper. What we are doing here is newspaper review. It is because of the newspaper on a daily basis that we discuss. So you cannot put the blame of what the newspaper has written on our.
Now, 20 people have been abducted in Abuja. What's happening to the security situation in Nigeria?
You all know the security is being porous for now, and they are, I still tell you, the people behind all those kidnapping, they are the top-notch people, right from that northern states. They are the top-notch people that are benefiting. And that was what brought out the list of the wanted, Nigerians that are involved in, sponsoring kidnapping, sponsoring banditry. And they all listed the names of those terrorists on the newspapers in which everybody saw, right? And you know this country as it is, there are some people that doesn't even want the country to be existing at all.
We have a president in this country. We have the federal government. Why has the federal government refused to act, especially if we have this list?
Okay. Are you aware of the 360 captive, right? That they held ransom in Borno?
Those has been released.
That's been released.
We talked about it.
We talked kudos to the government or not?
Of course, I told you that we'll give kudos for the action of the government for what happened yesterday. We saw the military in action. I said this list of these people who are behind this banditry and all these nefarious activities in the north has been released. Why is the government not taking action yet? Are they more powerful than the government?
They may not let you know. You know, that is one thing about government. They
are still working free.
They are still working. How many of them are working free? How many of
bandits in military uniform abduct 20 in Abuja?
Yeah.
2 attackers captured. That's according to police. Estate buy pump action, other weapons for vigilantes. Nigerians are the ones fighting for themselves now.
Definitely, Nigerians are the one in a way that we too, we have to be involved. When our country is in crisis, average citizen have to be involved in securing the country. When you leave everything to what's it called, the soldiers, and the soldiers are not even meant to be fighting back bandits in the territory. It's the job of the police. But when we have unlimited police force in the country, where majority of them, in which I'm going to blame the politician likewise, that all the police that are supposed to be securing the nation, you know, the armies are meant for external aggressions. It's not their job to be attacking the bandits. It's not their job to be chasing by the herdsmen, the non-entity herdsmen. It's not their job. It's the job of the police. But when we have, like, how many do we have? We have 4 police to almost 400,000 people. So how do you think they can secure the country? And the police need to up their game, because all what we need is intel. Us is collaboration between DSS, NSA, the Nigerian military, what's it called, intelligence. It's a job, easy job to get done. But there is always ego among these forces we have.
The force leaders.
Yeah, the force leaders.
This one does not want to bow to this one. This one does not want to.
Definitely.
Okay. On a final note, let's look at the student. Let's look at the student loan, because of our time. I still have about 6 more people.
You're allowed to, some people.
I asked him just one question.
And he allocated the question.
You are still taking your time. Let's go on the final note. You've been here for 15 minutes. The final question is this student loan scheme. The federal government has announced. That what is it called? The student loan scheme will start on Friday. What's your take on that, sir?
It's a welcome development. The student loan scheme it happens all over the Western world. You get yourself educated, then the clause I've seen in it is will the government be able to provide a job in order to pay back those loans? That's another thing.
We will not look at it like that. Yeah. Let's take it a step at a time.
A step. That's why I say
this step is good enough. And before you begin to repay back, it's 2 years after your service.
After your service. And that's what I'm saying. 2 years after the service, will they be able to secure a job that will make them to pay back those loans? Because what we need now, that's why I'm saying the investors need to keep coming in. And that is why when someone they say, why are they building infrastructure? Investors will not come in a country that does not have a good infrastructure on grounds. And that is why there are projects going on. There are projects going on in Niger. There are projects, I told you they just finished gas plants. The commissioning of gas plants in Imo State. Yeah. They don't see that. They don't see development that is growing. Some people are just, and that's why I relate everything down to this Biafra agitation. And I will never.
Somebody has said that this loan service scheme for students. There are 1.2 million students in the federal universities across Nigeria, and that it will be very transparent, especially when it comes to students who really need this.
You see, that is why I say, you see, with the problem we are having in the country, once we can remove kleptomania, disease from our body system in Nigeria. You know, kleptomania, what you don't need, money you don't need, you start stealing.
How much is enough money?
How much is enough money for what? I mean, just to make, as you get educated, all these people contributing nuisance into the governance now, they went to free education. Some majority of them went to free education, right? They went to school on free education, especially the one from the western region in which Awolowo introduced to the Midwest, which helped the Benin people to, gain part of to be included in part of that free education. So what I'm saying is we need to be checkmating those leaders that are with the symptoms of
kleptomania because all this money they are stealing. Where are they taking all this money? And it's even enough for them to give them that free money to educate those citizens, because we suffered. The generation we have has suffered a lot for all this, for the government of democracy, or for the benefit of democracy in Nigeria. And we need to challenge them that when they were in school, when they were in our age, they went to free school, they went everything almost free for them. And why are they making life difficult this time around? And that is it. When we need to checkmate them, we checkmate them. The government has to reason with it. And I can tell you, the youth too has to wake up. Because the experience that I witnessed yesterday was, I just wanted to buy a recharge card. I went to engage a woman, give me a recharge card. They said she's the only one selling recharge card. Do you hear what the woman said? She said she forgot her recharge card she wants to sell to make money for herself. She forgot it at home.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kole. Our time is fast spent.
It's a pleasure.
Nice having you. Yes,
Really controversial.
it's not controversial. This is about you now, not Mr. Kole. No, please leave him. He has said his own mind, and we do not like.
He's my friend anyway.
Yes,
we know ourselves.
you're welcome.
Good money,
David Okafor sent some money
Okay.
and said
David
I should
Okafor.
hand it over to you this
Thank you very
morning.
much. Thank you.
He said you should please
bless
bear
you.
with him
God bless you.
on it, and we still hope that a lot of people will still
Thank
stretch
you very much.
a hand
God
of
bless you.
support.
Thank you, David Okafor. God bless you. Thank you for
Thank-
everything.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. God bless you.
Yes, I know you still want to appreciate some people and still crave their indulgence. Please
Yeah,
quickly
yeah.
do that in 1 minute.
I want to, as I said, this time around, if you close your mouth, somebody will die. So I want to thank you. Lagos State, the way they are behaving now is something that whereby everybody has to go, but nevertheless, there is no way. House rent is a problem. I told you the house has been sold.
Yes,
See the
I
letter-
was there
see,
now.
see.
I was
letter.
there.
See
I
now.
didn't see you
One
for
lawyer.
days.
Check.
I
I came yesterday, I saw this. Yesterday. You can see.
know.
It said no renewal, nothing.
I
So
know,
to
not really.
rent
I
is-
know. Because
the person
when I
not
didn't see
think
you for 2 days, I came. So quickly, let's look at
Thank you very much.
Oba Atokwe. He said that's where we're starting from this morning. Quickly, Oba Atokwe.
He said,
He said Oba Ware received the EFCC coordinator for Edo State in his palace yesterday, and he said EFCC are harboring. They are not being transparent on taking criminals, and this should not be so. So because one officials, a lot of rancor has been happening at the palace.
you see, let me greet our traditional Oba Atokwe. He said, my name is Loke Yaguna, Edo Nobi Lagos. I will not stop that. Now let me tell you, Oba EFCC going to Oba Palace. I said it.
That was
Oba Palace.
EFCC. It is normal. They are bringing
They have right to
EFCC
go
coordinator, chairman of Edo State. He has to come and visit. the
Okay,
Oba.
that's for visit.
Yes.
Not for, okay. No, it's okay. I
So
was thinking
you mean
EFCC going there to go and arrest somebody, whatever.
No.
Anyway, sorry, don't be annoyed. My mind is not here. My mind is
Please bring your mind home.
No, I'm coming. Sorry,
Okay,
don't be
let's go.
annoyed.
Let's go.
Actually, EFCC visiting Oba Benin is a good thing. They must pay royal because before you operate in Benin, our royal must be aware that you are around, whatever. Even Jami General last week, police, whoever they brought must pay you to our Oba. It's a good thing, sir. That's no problem. I don't think it's a good thing.
Okay,
So
now-
that when they have information, they can pass it to EFCC.
Okay, now let's look at Kanu State Governor just gave out cars of 2.7 billion naira to lawmakers in this act.
No, sir, you said it. You were saying money for student loan.
Yes.
You say something like that now. And coupled with this minimum wage, Nigerians are crying about. How can this time around you are giving out car of 2 billion something to the lawmakers? But I didn't blame him. Tinubu do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Tinubu do the same thing. Give National Assembly cars while we are suffering. Okay, you are paying minimum wage 30,000 naira.
A lot of people are complaining.
They must complain.
We want to quickly round up.
Yeah,
this.
they are
A lot of people are complaining that the APC government is bad. in doing some of these things. Kanu is not ruled by APC. Kanu is ruled by NNPP. So does that mean even if it was NNPP Kwankwanso that was our president, that was elected, do you not think it will be business as usual?
No party
so
is
who
good.
do Nigerians?
Okay, no party is good. Don't forget, the same the governor of NPP was a former APC. I get me.
Yes.
They're all the same team. You see, I don't trust any politician. Whatever they are doing, they are working 2027. What they are doing now, 2027. Look at Tinubu, who just Lagos State, who paid for all these people are going for Mecca. Okay? You know, it did not happen last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Ibadan did not pay for them
It
last
has
year.
always been happening. Forget that one.
No, they don't go last year.
They did.
Saudi Arabia did not give them. Ask anybody, they don't give them visa last year.
Yes.
Now, today, 1,000 something going to Mecca. Why don't you use that money to do most of this and let them pray here? I get me? So, they are working against 2027. That's what they are doing now. This time around to settle the politicians. So, why we are hungry. I pray, the only thing I have this money, I won't talk much. May God visit the poor people. Like us. May God visit us. Bring someone that will take care of us. So that we live. And tomorrow our children can be able to grow. Please, that's the only thing I have because
Thank you.
Nigeria's government are not doing well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice having you.
Yeah, Mr.
Yes, Mr. David.
Mr.
You're welcome to. But I'm not going to let you refer to anybody.
No, I'm not referring to anybody. No, good morning. I just want to quickly chip in something. You see that in the current state of Nigeria, you see a young daddy, a young adult like Mr. Lucky. He said his mind is not settled. So imagine people around too that are facing similar issues. That is the practical example of Nigeria. People, there's a person who don't have avenue to this platform who are going through a whole lot. But thank God is here, and I know people will support and God will help you.
Okay, quickly, let's go ahead.
So much mechanical question.
I'm going to ask you about this student loan scheme. Let's go about student loan scheme. You see, sometimes a lot of people have talked about so many things that you read paper, you know what is happening today. Let's review student loan scheme.
Even if I'm not saying
You will still say it, but let's start with something.
I respect you because you're a matured man. Because if I were to be the anchor of this platform, some persons would have stopped coming to this platform because you're not a biased man. I see from the angle you balance issues and sir.
Because you are coming with anger.
No, I'm not
so
coming
I
with
need
anger.
to
So that was why
with the
for my
student
own end, I owe you one bottle of Eneki.
I don't drink beer anymore. Let's go ahead because of our time, please.
Okay.
Yes, this student loan scheme, do you see it as a good development?
It is not.
Why?
It is not because now, if truly it is meant for students of state universities should be captured in the scheme.
The government has not said they won't capture students of state. Said they are starting with federal.
No, starting with federal already, you've already desensitized the state students, the state-owned university students. So starting with that, it shows that these ones will not be captured along the line. That should not see. That is disparity. If fully, let there be what uniformity. If he said student loan, irrespective of either federal or state or college of education or secondary school students, let every student be captured in it.
Okay,
no.
Now, if we say every student should be captured in it, and the budget at the moment is too much and in choking for the federal government, Mr. David, you will be the first person to say federal government did not take off.
I will not say that because let them see these ones are the futures of the country. Let them reduce cost of governance, make enough provisions for these ones. Let them have access to funds. That is what I'm saying. Let them have access to funds. Let them have access to funds. You cannot always continue saying these ones are not getting it. You cannot say these ones should not get access to loans just because.
Let's go ahead. Please. Let's go ahead.
So you cannot say students should not have access to loan. Even those in the federal level, federal
tertiary institutions. How many of them will get access to this loan, sir? Have you read the terms and conditions? Have you read the terms and conditions of this loan?
I have gone through it.
That means you must see. You need a level 12 civil servant to come and short you. You need also a lawyer. Now you will take that to your dean of student affairs, sir. The process is tedious. This ones will not get it.
But the app is very easy to use.
You can use the app, but physically, how can you access the loan? You can sign up.
What the app is going to ask you for, apart from that shorty, is your NIN and your BVN.
But there will be some process documents in which you print out and then take to your dean of student affairs. That will collect it. Take to your HOD in school. The HOD will have to attest to it. So this process is so. See, by showing that, some male lecturers will want to take advantage of some female lecturers. You know, see, I don't go to school, come back. I know this process now.
I know. Okay, now
so,
on a ratio of 1 to 10, how would you rate the student loan scheme policy by the federal government?
It's a good move if it is accessible by the students. Because no,
before we start to judge the government.
Some lecturers, those in government would hijack it, because if you now, how many students can go to Alausa and get a level 15 civil servant that can shorty for them? Some persons will still see that avenue to make money. Civil servant has, sir, let me shorty for you. Give me 10% of the money, sir. You know how things work in Nigeria, Mr. Kadesh. I don't want to know.
Okay, now, let's keep an eye on this scheme. Let's keep an eye on this scheme. It's a good start.
But
so we cannot conclude now unless we begin to see students
I can bet you the process would not be.
Do you ever think anything good can come out of this country? Do you ever think anything good can come out of it?
Sure, I do.
So let's give it a try.
But in this, sir, if you have said that, let the students apply online, then what? Credit them. I would have been optimistic. But now you telling them to pass through some processes. Look for a lawyer, look for your HOD, look for your dean of student affairs, and then you take it to Abuja. Then your student affairs will now collect the names and take it to Abuja. Mr. Kadesh, the female lecturers, the male lecturers will want to sleep with the female lecturer, with the female students by helping them just because of student loan. Bikini, go they sleep with a papa agement. It doesn't work that way.
But do you know that there are lecturers who have been found guilty of this act and they have faced the law?
Yes, we know.
So do you think they won't face the law if they are being caught?
But how many are still? But there are some men who the law has not catch and who have gone scot-free. Now this is also an avenue. Begin when they need money, go. And then again, this policy to me is not good, because let the states, tertiary students, let them be captured in the loan.
Okay, now on this Kanu issue, finally say something about it.
Mr. Kadesh, without my words, I will say that federal government has violated Kanu fundamental human rights. Because as a Nigerian, now look at the process in which Kanu home was invaded. Kanu was supposed to appear in court 2 days. The DSS invaded his house and they're coming to say he jumped bail. See, let us be see. Forget sentiment. Now, when you say that Kanu jumped bail, a man who ought to be in court before appear in court 2 days before, in which he was supposed to call the DSS, he invaded his house. What if DSS had killed him at that spot? What would federal government say?
And that is what Peter Yako wanted to happen.
What would the federal government say? Now, will you have come out to say that Kanu jumped bail? Now, at the process, Kanu mother died during that invasion. Nobody is saying anything to that. It is common sense. Even if you don't want to let him go off the hook, why don't you remind him within the prison custody? That is what the law says. Now, they are saying, now, a man came here and said, Does he have Kanu have court? Kanu have lawyers, but his lawyer boycotted it. I said that CC, they don't have access to meet Kanu. The federal government DSS has refused them to meet their clients. That was why they had to boycott the court process yesterday. Some persons should go and get information right. If you're my client, at least I should have access to you. As I want to, but you refuse the man access. The lawyers has access to him. His wife has access to him. You killed his wife. Sorry, his mother died during this process. Invasion of DSS, and now you. Sir, Mr. Kane, see, Mark, see, I cannot talk too much.
Thank you very much. Nice having you. Mr. Chinedu, quickly.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
You're welcome to Bystanders at the newsstand this morning. Mr. Chinedu, Kanu, why do I keep calling him Nnamdi Kanu?
Mazi
Nnamdi Kanu.
The maximum IPOB leader, maximum, yes, maximum. Because you can see how he was able to dwarf the Nigerian judiciary right there in their presence. You know, he took them to the cleaners. He tells them that what you people are doing is not just ordinary reading law and the constitution to everyone, but the fact is that, you know, they are being manipulated to carry out such a judicial attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that was what exactly played out yesterday.
Okay.
So what you are seeing and what we are talking about is that Nnamdi Kanu have shown them that he is not an ordinary walking stick. 1, 2, that the humble looking of a lion that don't mean that the lion is weak. 3, that they don't have what it takes because they also have violated treaties. You can see that the Binta Yako himself was amazed. The federal government lawyer himself was jittering, was giggling right there where he is seated.
So do you think all these cases are more than what the eye is saying?
Bro, that is what I want you to ask him, but that is the direction it is going. That the suspicion of Muslims who has using the judiciary to commit act of terrorism against the consciousness of Igbos, against the symbol of Igbos, that it is clearly written. That it's not even that is coming from Nnamdi Kanu, that a United States of America wrote a particular details, made it very open, that what Nigerian government is doing against Nnamdi Kanu is pure illegality, considering the fact that Nigeria and Kenya were Commonwealth nations, and Nigeria was a signatory to certain treaties. Then Nigeria has violated that treaty. Bro, why are you not sensing a level of rascality in the judiciary? That sentiment is being placed there, and the Muslims are the one, because they see Nnamdi Kanu as an obstacle.
What are the Igbos and the international community doing? Because it's as if the Igbo leaders are not engaging the federal government on this matter enough.
Those who have taken the oath to defend the Federal Republic of Darkness called Nigeria. Is that what do you expect from them? Of course, they have sworn loyalty. But let me tell you, Madiba, Nelson Mandela, if you go and read that book, Long Walk to Freedom, it took Madiba 27 years to destroy elements of apartheid in South Africa. That the enemies have to come back and beg him to become the president of South Africa. Bro, you see what Nnamdi Kanu is doing to a lot of people around? It does not make sense. But a day will come, the Biafran flag will be flown in the United Nations all over the world. That it is not only for defense of the black nation. You see what is happening in the Middle East? You think it's just ordinary Israel Hamas? Oh, you want to tell me that you don't know there's something behind it? There is something behind it. What is happening to Nnamdi Kanu is not ordinary what the law says. Because if what the law says, Nnamdi Kanu have no reason to be there.
So the art of terrorism, the art of trying to establish conquest and caliphate in Nigeria is what is keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. The whole world know. The American government know. The Israeli government know. When Harry and Meghan stepped their foot here in Nigeria, do you know when it was being suggested to them, marketed to them that, what about the Biafrans? Can't you step your foot there? Do you know what they said?
What was said?
That Tinubu is doing damage control. That was Tinubu that is as a Honadeko person. I'm surprised. Even though he didn't want Nnamdi Kanu to get to the Supreme Court, he ordered for the retrial. But we shouldn't be here we are today. A progressive, for that matter, who has gone through that process over and over again, should be there and be witnessing Binta Iyako judicial extremism, terrorism against the. Bro, you see now, no, it's not a matter. I'm upset with the system. I'm telling you the gospel truth.
I understand.
You understand?
I understand.
As I'm talking to you, please give it a level of rationality. That Nnamdi Kanu represent the consciousness. See, don't see it's saying a different thing. Why is it that? No! What is this? This is black.
Black.
What is wrong with the black man? Can the black man fix themselves? Must we always dance toward this direction? Can the black man at this 21st century digital era, enhance her own consciousness to civility?
Yes, because of our time and our battery. I would like to.
I know that is what you will say at the end of the day.
Thank you very
Battery
much.
and our time.
Thank you very much. It's been an excellent part of bystanders at Newsstand today. I know apart from all our reviewers coming here to talk, there's been a lot of arguments. There's been a lot of tete-a-tete behind the camera now. And a lot of people are still waiting to talk. Here is full of people who are angry about one situation or the other. I want to say a very big thank you to all those that have been part of bystanders at Newsstand. Today, I thank those that have been supporting Mr. Lucky Edonobi Lagos. We thank you all so much. We thank David Tunde Okafor, and we thank others who have said they do not want their names mentioned. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Have a lovely time. See you tomorrow again on Bystanders at Newsstand. My name is Kolade Folarika Deshprince. Thank you all.